comes from Bullis. Churchill. And Oakton meet today in a first-round match on It's Academic. Hello, I'm Mac McGarry. Here's the opening round. Each team begins with 100 points, 10 up for a right answer, 10 off for a wrong answer. In this round, the contestants here in the studio don't see the writing on their screens that you do at home. Team whose light is on first has a chance to answer the question. Let's see how we go here, even though it's broad daylight. See if you can identify the following, all connected with the moon. Number one, it was this number Apollo mission. Churchill.
11.
11, right. The first landed on the moon. Good. Next. He was the second man to walk on the moon. Churchill.
Buzz Aldrin.
Right. This English explorer sailed on the half moon. No takers there. Henry Hudson. Next. This German composer wrote the Moonlight Sonata. Churchill.
Beethoven.
Right. This British agent is featured in Moonraker by Ian Fleming. Bullis.
James Bond.
Yes. This term describes the moon that's more than half, but less than full. Bullis.
Waxing.
Gibbous is what we needed there, 10 down. This French author wrote From Earth to the Moon. Jules Verne. In a nursery rhyme, this animal jumped over the moon. Oakton.
Cow.
The cow jumped over the moon, that's right, and there's the opening round of It's Academic.
It's Academic with Mac McGarry. Sponsored by Giant. New things are happening at Giant.
Thank you very much, everybody. Thank you. Welcome to another episode of the world's longest-running TV quiz show. That's right. This is our 50th year, thanks to you. Here's team number one today. It's Bullis in Potomac, Maryland. Here's Cami Uechi.
Hi, I'm Cami, and I'm a junior, and I'm 16. I'd like to thank Tim Hansen, who's our coach, and he also teaches AP World and 9th grade World History.
Okay, thank you very much, Cami. Kamar St. Louis.
Hi, I'm Kamar St. Louis. I'm a senior at Bullis. I'm 17 years old, and I would like to thank our principal, Mr. Dolinsky, and our head of school, Dr. Jerry Borman.
Okay, thank you, Kamar. William Tavel.
I'm William Tavel, and I'm 15, and I'm a sophomore at Bullis, and I'd like to thank all our fans and our alternates, Joe and Jeff.
Okay, take a look at the screen, Bullis, and we see first, no cattle in, by rearranging the letters in this phrase. You can name what early Congress in place during the American Revolution.
Cornwallis.
No, Continental Congress is what we needed there. Blank is the best provision for old age. To complete this quote from Aristotle, add what's synonym for learning that names a modern American cabinet department.
Intelligence.
Education, I'm sorry, no points there. www.countonme.edu could have been a 19th century website for what Italian scientist who calculated the number of molecules in a mole of any substance?
Avogadro.
Avogadro is right. Greek immigrants, French Protestants, Dutch peasants. The St. Bartholomew's Day massacre of 1572 was an attack against the Huguenots, another name for which of these groups?
French Protestants.
Right. Wearing underwear is as formal as I ever hoped to get. Well, this fashion statement comes from what adventurous American author, whose novels include A Farewell to Arms and The Old Man and the Sea?
Tennessee Williams.
No, I'm sorry, it was Ernest Hemingway. So Bullis, 140 after you were part of the round. Well, we stay right there in Potomac, Maryland, to greet the young people from Churchill High in Potomac. Here first is Christopher Hazard. Christopher?
Hi, I'm Christopher. I'm a 16-year-old junior, and I'd like to thank our friends and family for coming out to support us, and especially Miss Williams, who's the head of our math department.
Okay, thank you, Christopher. Sam Gross.
Hi, I'm Sam Gross. I'm a 17-year-old senior, and I'd like to thank Mr. Szafran, our coach, and Dr. Benz, our principal.
Okay, and Matt Ochs.
Hi, I'm Matt Ochs. I'm a 16-year-old junior, and I'd like to thank the rest of our It's Academic team for coming out to support us.
Okay, men, let's take a look at the screen and see how you do with this first one. Via dog. Why not a duck? Well, that was a Groucho Marx routine. You won't need a dog to help you rearrange these letters to name what 11th century English lady who rode naked, you'll excuse the expression, through the streets of Coventry as a tax protest?
Godiva.
That's right, yes. How far would blank have gone if he had taken a poll in Egypt? To complete this quote from Harry Truman, name what biblical man who led the Exodus from Egypt and received the 10 Commandments?
Moses.
Right. www.cavalryman.gov. If the internet had been available during the Civil War, this might have been a good address for what Confederate cavalry commander known by his first 3 initials, J.E.B.
Stewart.
James Ewell Brown Stewart is right. Freedom from arrest, freedom from fear, freedom of the seas. Which of these choices was one of the 4 freedoms cited by Franklin D. Roosevelt in a 1941 message to Congress?
Freedom from fear.
Right. Go on home. A third base coach might say this to a runner, but these words were actually written 2,000 years ago by what Roman poet who wrote the Aeneid?
Virgil.
Good run, Churchill. 2:30 after your part of the Now let's cross over the bridge, get to Oakton High School in Vienna, Virginia, Fairfax County. Emma Pfeiffer. Emma?
Hi, my name is Emma, and I would like to thank our coaches, Mrs. Fernandez and Miss Scales.
Okay, thank you, Emma. Christy Carrigan.
Hi, I'm Christy Carrigan. I'm a 15-year-old sophomore, and I'd like to give a shout-out to Oakton's track and field and soccer teams, as well as the Chantilly Firecats.
Okay, very good. Harris Sohail.
Hi, I'm Harris. I'm a 16-year-old senior, and I would like to give a shout-out to our friends and family who came out to support us and our alternates, Katie and Cameron.
I'm going to shout out to you and say hello to the screen. Take a look at this now, a bunny. Bunnies are cute, but you can rearrange the letters here to name what legendary lumberjack who had a blue ox named Babe.
Bunyan.
Paul Bunyan, right. Time is a blank, always packing up and moving away. You can complete this observation from author Ben Hecht by adding what type of 3-ring spectacle associated with P.T. Barnum and the Ringling Brothers?
Circus?
Yes. www.mahatma.gov. In the mid-20th century, this could have been a good website for what man who led India to independence and was called the Mahatma?
Gandhi?
Gandhi, that's right, yes. Pea plants, white rats, hamsters. Gregor Mendel used which of these to do his groundbreaking experiments in heredity?
Pea plants?
Right. People's right to petition for redress. These words, which can be found on a postage stamp, come from what number constitutional amendment that's part of the Bill of Rights?
1.
Number 1 is right. So Oakton 210 and the end of the round.